afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Kijan Haynes. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is in New York and will address the United Nations General Assembly this afternoon. This marks the Prime Minister's first overseas trip since being elected to the office. Apart from her address to the UN, the Prime Minister will have a series of bilateral meetings. CNC3 News was told that some of those meetings will be held with the United States, the United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait. Other CARICOM nations are scheduled to speak at the UNGA today, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, and Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The first speaker for today's agenda was Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Several world leaders, mostly from the Middle East, walked out during his speech. Netanyahu spoke directly to the Israeli hostages held by Hamas and told them they have not been forgotten. He called on Hamas to release them and leave Gaza while he said it will end the war at once. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is calling on the Prime Minister to desist from what she is describing as Kamala Persad-Bissessar's continuous attempts to besmirch the legacy of Dr. Eric Williams. Beckles spoke with CNC3 News in New York, where she is attending some meetings during the UN General Assembly's high-level week. In the Prime Minister's Republic Day message, Kamala Persad-Bissessar said that Dr. Williams did not use his authority when this country became a republic to make meaningful amendments to the Constitution to take it away from colonial laws. Instead, the Prime Minister said he gave more power to the office of the Prime Minister and made independent institutions a sham. But Beckles defended Williams' legacy and said his vision has left the country better off. Beckles said the continuous attacks against Williams is surprising and concerning.
If it is the government is not happy with some of the things that he has done, then it's their right, of course, to change it. But to condemn it in the way in which they are doing, I say to the Honourable Prime Minister that she absolutely needs to stop attempting to degrade the work of Dr. Eric Williams, which in truth and in fact she never can.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is imploring the U.S. to remove its military presence near Venezuela. Speaking at the UN General Assembly this morning, Prime Minister Gonsalves said the action by the U.S. is deeply troubling. He's asking them to abide by the declaration by Caribbean and Latin American countries that the region must remain a zone of peace. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister is also calling for the U.S. and Venezuela to have a mature conversation about their issues.
By all means, let us cooperate in combating drug trafficking and allied transnational criminal activities. But a unilateral militarization is decidedly not the way to go. Also, again, I'm imploring my American and Venezuelan friends to sit down maturely and talk through these problems so that we can have a resolution.
The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has come under attack from PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez. Speaking at the party's second round of public consultations for the Stand Your Ground bill in Chaguanas on Thursday night, Gonzalez said case backlogs and delays in justice also contribute to crime. The Stand Your Ground bill seeks to expand the legal defense available to persons who use force to protect themselves. But Gonzalez said this is not an adequate anti-crime measure, arguing that there must also be preventative action to stop crime. He denied that the PNM was against the government's anti-crime measures, but said no piece of legislation can eradicate crime on its own. Gonzalez said there must be reform of the prison system, an end of corruption in the police service, and reform to the criminal justice system. He also lamented the recent collapse of cases.
Watch what happened recently with cases before the courts. Look at what is happening with the DPP's department not filing indictments on time, and after 10 years facing serious criminal charges, some members of the public facing serious criminal charges have to walk away free. How is Stand Your Ground dealing with these very serious criminal justice issues in Trinidad and Tobago? How?
Meanwhile, Senior Counsel Larry Lala gave a breakdown of the legislation but said most of the offense was already covered under common law.
Already in the common law, there is something comparable to stand your ground legislation, and that is what is known as the Castle Doctrine. The Castle Doctrine allows individuals, it is a legal principle that allows individuals to use reasonable force, including deadly force, to defend themselves against an intruder in their home without a duty of retreat.
And he questioned why the government was pursuing this stand your ground legislation when it already existed. The Port of Spain City Corporation is undertaking consultations with various stakeholders, including vendors, business owners, as well as the police, to come up with solutions to create a free pathway on downtown Charlotte Street. Registered vendors have been allowed to ply their trade on Charlotte Street from Thursdays to Saturdays. The vending initiative was started back in October 2006 under the then local government Minister Hazel Manning, but has faced many challenges since then. Last evening, Deputy Mayor of Port of Spain, Abina Hartley, said a pilot project to create a pedestrian space has been on the cards for at least 5 years, but it's even more urgent now as the city faces challenges including illegal vending, congestion, and crime.
In the event of an emergency, also the type and level of sanitization, the type and level of policing that needs to be done on the roadway, it is difficult to do so efficiently with the amount of activity that is concentrated on this one street.
Consultations with the City Corporation and stakeholders will continue in the coming weeks. Thousands of vulnerable citizens, including pensioners and recipients of food support and disability assistance, face a delay in receiving their monthly social welfare checks for October 2025. This setback is attributed to unforeseen technical difficulties affecting the Ministry of the People, Social Development and Family Services. Check printing and the check printing process. The ministry issued an urgent public notice today confirming the disruption and assuring the public that all efforts are underway to resolve the matter promptly. The ministry confirmed that clients currently enrolled in direct deposit services will not be affected by the technical hiccup. These individuals who receive funds directly into their bank accounts are expected to see their payments credited as scheduled, offering a measure of relief amid the confusion. The ministry took the opportunity to encourage all remaining check recipients to transition to direct deposit as a means of securing timely access to their funds and bypassing future logistical issues of this nature. And with that, we take a break. We'll be right back.
The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Tile Depot Diwali sale on now. Stunning floors at dazzling prices. 12 by 12, $750. 17 by 17, $975. 18 by 18, $995. 20 by 20, $15.95. And 22 by 22, only $20. Visit Tile Depot Limited today at Bagney Chase Village. Call 234-4402.
The West Indies Test team has been dealt a blow as fast bowler Shamar Joseph has been withdrawn from the team in India because of injury. Joseph will be replaced by young Barbadian pacer Johan Lane. Shamar's pace and wicket-taking deliveries will be missed as the Guyanese took 51 wickets from 11 tests at an average of 21 with 4 5-wicket hauls. Joseph was injured during the CPL but returned in the final last Sunday. West Indies will play 2 tests in India starting on October 2nd. The pacer will be re-evaluated before the white ball series against Bangladesh after the India series. Defence Force suffered a setback last evening in their latest CONCACAF Caribbean Cup match against Barbados' Weymouth Wales at the Hazley Crawford Stadium last evening. The home team took the lead in the first half of stoppage time when Shaquille Bertrand headed home from the corner, but the visitors equalized through Akil Applewhite in the 79th minute when the Defence Force failed to deal with the long throw. Both teams have 4 points with 1 match to go. Defence Force will play their final against Cibao FC next Wednesday in the Dominican Republic. Another quick break. We'll be right back.
Great deals with PRW. Save big with laptops starting from $3,100. Sky 7-inch tablet only $465. Need a printer? We've got it. Starting from $625. Get a 40-inch RCA TV only at $1,850. 19.5-inch LG monitor $699. Secure your home with our security combo starting from $3,000. Call PRW today.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
And just so you know, CNC3 television celebrates its 20th anniversary today. The station first aired on this day in 2005 with a team of anchors that including Carter Fodringham, Shelley Das, Eric Mackey and Roger Sant. The station was initially called Cable News Channel 3 as it was only accessible through cable subscriptions. However, on November 1st, 2008, the station expanded beyond cable to become free to air, which it has remained until today. The station moved from its first broadcast in 2005 to becoming a household name in news, current affairs, and entertainment, remaining committed to informing, engaging, and inspiring the nation. Over the past 2 decades, the station has grown into a trusted source of credible journalism and dynamic programming, reflecting the voices, stories, and culture of the people it serves. This anniversary, we not only celebrate the station's journey, but we also pay tribute to the loyal followers, dedicated staff, and partners who have made CNC3 a leading force in the local media landscape.
sunny and humid conditions this morning, but a few showers are expected to develop this afternoon, one or two becoming heavy at times over the western half of Trinidad. Elsewhere in the region, Umberto is now a Category 1 hurricane, with further strengthening expected over the next few days, peaking at a possible Category 4 by Monday. Looking ahead for TNT, a tropical wave is expected to pass tomorrow, giving us some daytime showers and the possibility of an afternoon thunderstorm.
Well, thank you for joining us for a look at the day's developments. So far, we'll have these stories and so much more in our major newscast at 7 p.m. today. Have a great day.